My tech is kind of a wreck, which means I can't make recordings yet. But that's okay, because I'm not meant to anyway. Everything that is supposed to happen will do. And the things that don't happen weren't meant to. It's that easy. So let's go back to understanding pain. Pain, like fever, is a symptom. It is also an important and necessary component of the human experience. So, the meaning of pain can be biological. It's the signal that the body has been harmed. Psychological, as an experience in emotional suffering. Behavioral, pain alters the way a person moves and acts. Cognitively, pain sells for thinking about its meaning, its cause, and possible remedies. You gotta be able to describe your pain, first physical, then emotional. Then listen to the response of those around you and how they're not really listening to you. Their suggestions really can't help. If you're not paying attention, you're not going to really understand what's happening. So it's a script. It's something they repeat no matter what happens. The difference is being part of it for so long. Stuck in this place. All because of the policy that they kept changing depending on the comfort space that they determined by their own feelings. There is your saving grace. Anyone who can't help themselves,
check mark,
a demerit,
blemish
all of a
mark.
sudden it's caution, caution. This person, there's going to be a spark. Because I recognize that what you're doing is selling lies. Okay, it's fine. But if you put money to it, then all of a sudden, I want to look at this with wide, wise, open eyes. Spiritual, pain has been a reminder of mortality. And cultural, pain has been used to test people's fortitude or to force their submission. Pain is a complex process, and the pain signal can be magnified, minimized, and reinterpreted by a person's experience, both past and present. Pain can be divided into two major categories, acute and chronic. Acute pain is associated with physical trauma, limited and lasts long enough for stretching or tearing generally of tissue. From 24 hours to 10 days. Can also warn us of tissue irritation or inflammation in response to infection, injury, or disease. Now, chronic pain is way different. It lasts longer than acute pain and caused by a different set of conditions. At least 3 conditions are associated with chronic pain and helps explain its long duration. First, there is a painful underlying chronic disease. Second, the pain nerves are damaged. And third, there are changes in the brain or spinal cord that control the pain message, increasing its volume and duration. Some chronic pain problems result from diseases that cause chronic inflammation or irritation. There is an ongoing release of irritating substances. These substances trigger acute pain mechanisms, but do so in a way that lasts for months and years. This type of pain may be relieved almost completely if the underlying disease responds to treatment or even by joint replacement, when the joint can no longer function as well. Another cause of chronic pain is from damage to the pain system itself. It's only become better understood in the past 2 decades. Like a broken fire alarm that continues to clang when there is no fire, pain may persist long after an injury has healed. Pain response to go awry. The symptoms of pain, originally a warning, now becomes the problem. It doesn't go away. In these circumstances, the pain source or cause may be difficult to explain at first. There are often delays in making the diagnosis that can result in multiple biological, psychological, and social consequences. Chronic pain may last indefinitely, never completely go away, or it may be intermittent. With chronic intermittent pain, people may have pain-free periods or months, alternating with extended periods of daily pain. Well, mine are associated with PTSD memories that put me back in the situation before I could have the words. But now that my attention and concentration are kind of back to what I'm used to, I don't have the frustration of reading aloud. It's a big one. Secondly, I can hold 2 thoughts together, meaning I can read and still remember what it is that I'm trying to achieve. In this case, talk about chronic pain. And the fact that when you separate a child from their parent every single day, the fear that they will never see them again starts to set in. Who are these strangers? What's happening to them? Did they think that they could just reunite them like that because a bill was signed? And why we have issues with law. A very special one that dictates how special needs kids are treated. You don't do it, well, then that's civil rights, I guess, has been defeated. And if it's that easy to deal with this, I'm trying to fill 45 minutes of interesting material to talk about education. Not getting pissed, because that was what I was told. You can't show emotion. You can't be angry. You can't be sad. Excuse me? What are you talking about when they deny their culpability because how do you expect any of this to be erased? Because of damages, because of punitive, because of a settlement? I said fix the safety policy, and that's where we start. That's the abstract in concrete. Meaning that it is written in stone. Because my voice does have a tone. Isn't that what you told me when I was complaining about safety? Again, these PTSD memories. So you are the universal phony baloney. Because like I said, you want to solve trauma and pain. It's easier than you think. You got to be able to stand up to the bullies. That's what I didn't do, but only because of the stories that were being told to me. So I wonder if they've been told to such you. Bad attitude. I guess we'll discover all of it. That is the fun thing about coming back to life after PTSD is I think there was a purpose why I was supposed to get stuck technologically. It's like waking up on a whole new planet. The behaviors, how I tried to manage, and the way that they do emotional damage. It's the re-trigger, the things that we can't explain. Really, anything in this book gives me ability to explain. So, pain nerves are stimulated by extremes of hot or cold, trauma, or chemicals released during inflammation. 2 types of sensory nerves carry pain messages to the spinal cord. A delta fibers carry the pain message at approximately 40 miles per hour, and C fibers carry pain messages at approximately 3 miles per hour. Other sensory nerves carry pressure and touch. These are A beta fibers, which travel at approximately 180 miles per hour. Some pain can be reduced by rubbing or applying pressure. Chronic pain may develop when there is painful chronic disease, when an injured pain nerve is damaged and attempts to regenerate. Or when there are changes in the pain nerve modulation system. Goodness gracious, there's so much to think about. That's why you have to open eyes. Uniqueness. We're going to tweak this. We're going to make it so brilliant that you'll be tracking your pain naturally. And if somebody ever tells you in a pain management clinic to just stop doing what you're doing with no differentiation, no intervention, no strategies in place, that was the re-triggering for education. And that's how I know it's the behavior causing us to get stuck on trauma. Back there, why I rely on rhyme, so I stay grounded. Basically, we're trying to climb out of there, a deep, dark fucking hole, blacker than any black I've been around, until I created jet black here, black and blue blues. It's the hopefully one and done. Since the chant, the mantra is education is for everyone, not just some. Why I'm gonna say the ability to restructure after trauma is for everyone, not